Hello everyone, I am your lore keeper, Trevor, and welcome to the Lore Keepers Show. Now, if you have never been here before, my name is Trevor Lupica. I play D&D as well as many other tabletop role-playing games, and I usually tend to be the lore keeper or dungeon master, and recently I have been helping people over in YouTube land by showing them ways to create Homebrew on D&D Beyond. If you are someone who plays D&D and you want to create Homebrew for your world or to add to your DM's world, with their permission, of course, then this is a great way to do so, and I am here to help you. Basically, today we are diving into creating a Homebrew item. We have done monster, we have done spells, we have done species, and now we're doing item. So let's get right into creating a Homebrew item. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create one completely from scratch. This one does not have anything written in it yet. It is just completely from scratch. Now, it is not going to be a armor. It is not going to be a weapon. It is going to be an item. And this particular item I am creating is a wand. And it is of unknown rarity. And so, without any further ado, I'm going to create for you the wand, which I like to call the Humongous Vegetable Wand. Now, what does this Humongous Vegetable Wand do? Well, this wand can create big vegetables of the wielder's choice, which, when in combat, will appear above the selected 60-foot circle and fall on the ground, causing 8d10 bludgeoning damage and 4d12 splash damage to anyone in this area. And then all we gotta do is create it. You can see that I added some special things here, which is it does have charges. It has 3 charges, and those charges will be able to come back after a long rest. So that means that you can use this 3 times per long rest. It also has a picture that you guys will see later. But now that we have those changes, we can add any modifiers we need, conditions we need, and spells we need. Okay, so I've added some modifiers, which is, of course, the damage modifier. I changed it to force instead of splash, because splash is not a real thing in D&D. Then you have the conditions. I think it makes sense that it knocks you prone. And then I added a spell. I actually created a spell, which is the Humongous Vegetable spell, which can only be used with this wand. You cannot use this spell without having the wand. As you can see, the wand has been created, and it looks like this. This is a picture that I found on Google. Now, one thing that I cannot do with this particular one is share it to the world, because I would also have to share the spell I made to the world. And so it's a two-way kind of streak if you put a spell into something that you want to share into the world. Now, we are actually going to go back to create a magical item, and we are going to create something that is based off of a magical item that already exists, but add something new to it. As you can see here, we are at the Bag of Holding. We have decided to make a copy of the Bag of Holding, but we are actually going to call it Bag of Midas. Basically, the Bag of Midas is a variant of the Bag of Holding, where basically all the items that you put in it become gold and gain properties because of their gold attributes. They still have the same properties of a Bag of Holding, it's just everything turns gold. And similar to the powers of King Midas. No modifiers, no conditions, and no spells whatsoever, so we can just save all of these changes and then check out the new Bag of Midas. So, we have created the Bag of Midas. Now, sadly, the Bag of Midas, similar to the Wand of Humongous Vegetables, cannot be shared with the world, considering that there is a thing that states here that it is too similar to a bag of holding to share with the community. Which does make sense. I did make it very similar to a bag of holding, so makes sense. Either way, hope that these little clips were helpful. Of course, you can still use any of the things you create on Homebrew in your campaigns. You can share them with your friends that enter your campaigns on D&D Beyond, so don't worry about having to share anything with the community. I just thought it's always nice to do so when able to. Of course, I don't always do it 100% of the time. I have a lot of things that I could share with the community that I have not yet, for many reasons. I have only, in fact, shared 2 things with the community on D&D Beyond, which is the Polar Bear and the Fall spell. So, with all of that in mind, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful on your homebrew journey for creating magical items on D&D Beyond for your next D&D game. Until next time, I hope you guys roll a natural 20. Goodbye!